Before Facebook and TikTok, there was Friendster, one of the top networking sites of the early 2000s. It became popular for allowing users to customize display themes, profile photos, as well as the background music for each account. Of course, who won't forget the popular testy or testimonial? However, in 2015, Friendster became purely a social gaming site until it eventually closed down. Which is why many people became nostalgic when Facebook page Stunner posted that Friendster was back. Angelica, an office employee, did not hesitate to register. But she also made sure to be careful. That's why she only opened a dummy account.
Ay, parang nagkaroon ako ng curiosity na ano kayang itsura ng Friendster. Tapos pinaghambing ko sila kung anong itsura nila Facebook, then sa Twitter. Sabi ko almost the same pero a few details lang. Meron si Friendster.
Cybersecurity analyst Art Samaniego says Friendster.click is different from the Friendster.com that everybody knew.
Ang click ay isang domain na kung saan mura mong mabibili. Mas mura siya kaysa sa .com, mas mura siya kaysa sa .net. Tumatakbo to sa WordPress. Ibig sabihin ito, mukhang hindi ito kayang kumuha ng maraming mga accounts o mga users.
The Department of Information and Communications Technology has also studied its IP address, where they found out that the owner had earlier records of phishing, hacking, and other malicious online activities.
This is not the same Friendster that was launched way back in 2002. The company that developed Friendster is not behind this.
But what do you do if you've already signed up? For now, refrain from clicking any suspicious links sent to your account which you used to sign up for Friendster.click. Change your passwords as well so that your personal information won't be compromised. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
Here to give us more insight on the so-called Friendster 2.0, we have with us over Zoom cybersecurity advocate Mr. Art Samaniego. Good evening, Sir Art.
Hi, good evening sa mga nanonood.
First of all, with regard to this being a phishing scam, is it the same as the text messages that we get on our phones? And have we tracked where this IP address has originated from?
No, this is not a phishing. This is not officially. So, hello?
Yes, sir.
This is not officially a phishing scam. So, duda pa lang yun na ngayon na phishing scam. But this is a legitimate site made by someone who would like to earn. Kasi when we study it, it has an AdSense ID. And the AdSense ID is the same with other IDs, with other websites. So ang nangyari when we studied it, it has AdSense ID together with other websites. One is the Bram Zero website, which is owned by an Indonesian named Bram Gumilang. So the purpose of this website is really to earn. It's not phishing. We did not see any phishing attempt. We did not see. Well, it collects data, but the data that it collects is your name and email address in order to register.
So, Art, I mean, just to be clear, so una malinaw, this is not the Friendster na original. That much is clear. But what you're saying is that so far there is no evidence that you've seen that this is actually, trying to, violate our privacy, violate our security, and it's not being used to hack into, the things that we should be protecting?
Yeah, correct. So there is no evidence that this guy is hacking. This guy has just made a website that he named Friendster. So it's not Friendster.com, it's Friendster.click, and
Okay.
click domain is a cheap domain.
No, sige. But in the
It's a generic top-level domain. So we just made a website and named it Friendster.click.
But
He did not claim that this is the comeback of the Friendster that we know in 2003.
Okay. But
But we're warning people not to log in or not to register because it collects data that could be used to phish you.
Ah.
As of now, there is no proof that this website is doing a phishing attack on its users.
Okay. In other words, Art, it is not yet something that we can definitely call phishing, but just by the very nature of it using the term Friendster, because let's face it, that is going to fool a lot of people thinking that this is the Friendster of old. Just by nature of that, we should be wary and we should be careful with our data, and for that matter, be wary of logging on.
Correct, yeah. We need to be very careful, especially if it involves our data.
Okay.
So dapat mag-ingat tayo dito.
Okay. Now, should
Pero
it...
as of now, well, you can register and it's connected to Facebook. The forum is connected to Facebook. So it's just like a simple site that uses plug-in. It's called body press something, the plug-in that transformed the WordPress site into a social media site.
Okay.
So as of now, it has just more than 7,000 followers, and most of them are Indonesians because this guy, the guy who created the website, is from Indonesia. And of course, there are Filipinos also who follow this one because it was given coverage by the media. And as of now, as we talk about it, yung taong gumawa nito kumikita dahil pinag-uusapan siya, and many people are clicking and going to this site, the Friendster.click site.
Okay. Now, in the meantime, just going to the warning of just being careful about this, just by the very nature that this is not the Friendster that you may think it used to be or was. Should a website, let's not say this, but let's say, should a website eventually go down that track of becoming a phishing site, remind us, ano ba yung mga risks involved sa mga phishing na iniingatan natin?
For this website, for this guy who made this site, he has a lot of websites that's collecting data. But I don't think he's doing a phishing attack. Pero, ganun pa man, let's all be careful. Let's not share our data, especially personally identifiable information to the public. We do not overshare our data because the more data that we have online, the more attack vectors these attackers, these scammers would have against us. Kaya ingatan natin pag-overshare ng mga data natin.
Okay, maraming salamat, Art Samaniego.